In this video, we're going to talk all about getting started with creating and publishing books on Amazon KDP, why you'd want to, how to do it, and can you even make money? Welcome to my channel and this video. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And if you are new to self-publishing books on Amazon KDP, you might be wondering what this business is all about. Do you need any experience to do it? Do you need to write books? How do I print these books? How much does it all cost? These are just some of the questions that I regularly get from people who have come across my channel, maybe watched a video or two of mine and haven't published books on Amazon at all before. And I've never really done a basics of KDP kind of video before, so I thought now might be the perfect time to answer all those kinds of questions that I often get from those of you who are wondering if self-publishing books is something that anybody can do. Firstly, what's KDP? And what's it all about? KDP stands for Kindle Direct Publishing, and this is Amazon's self-publishing platform. You can use the KDP platform to publish your own books to sell directly on the Amazon marketplace in whatever country it is that you're interested in selling books in. The most popular markets to sell books in is the US and the UK stores, but you can publish books in the other marketplaces too. Generally, when you do publish a book, you will just publish it on all marketplaces anyway, because why not? It's good to make it available in as many places as possible. The next thing that you might be wondering is what kinds of books can you publish on Amazon KDP? Because writing a fiction or a non-fiction book is not the only kinds of books that you can create and sell on Amazon. There are two different types of books that you can create, and these are broken down into two different categories, one being low content books and the other being high content books. And these kinds of books are basically what those names suggest. Low content books are books that have little to no content in them, and high content books have lots of content in them. And when I say content, I mean words. So low content books have no writing or no words in them, and high content books do. So high content books are things like fiction stories or non-fiction educational or informational books. Low content books are the kinds of books such as notebooks, journals, logbooks, coloring books, puzzle books, just to name a few. For example, if we just pop in the search term coloring books on the Amazon website, we can see that there are over 90,000 results for coloring books. These are all in general classed as a low content book in terms of the fact that they don't have words in them. We then have books like gratitude journals, which are also most of the time classed as a low content book. These are also extremely popular on Amazon. And then we even have logbooks, which are books that the user or the customer will be filling out for some reason. We have things like a password logbook. You can get logbooks in terms of medication or health type of logbooks where you can record your medication for the day, what your health symptoms are, things like that. We've got a candle making logbook here. We have a pilot logbook, a timesheet logbook. So there are lots of different types of logbooks as well available on Amazon, and even just generic notebooks. You can see there are over 100,000 results for notebooks on Amazon. They are an extremely popular book to make, and while they are very easy to make, it is also a very highly competitive niche to make books in. As you can see, there is a lot of competition for notebooks, but also an extremely popular low content book on Amazon. The low content book market on Amazon is actually huge, and that's the kind of books that most of my videos on this channel are about. That and children's picture books. There is a lot of money to be made with these kinds of books. If you can pick really good niches, make amazing, fantastic, high quality books, and do really, really well with marketing. So to answer the common question that I get, no, you do not have to write books to be able to self-publish on Amazon. Even if you do want to publish high content books, you still don't need to write them yourself. You can hire people to do this for you. So don't think that you can't publish something like a non-fiction book or like a fiction novel if you can't or don't want to write it yourself. There are still options available for you. So this kind of leads into the next question that quite often comes up a lot, and that is if you need experience to publish books on Amazon. And the answer to that is not really. While it is handy to have some kind of experience or background in design, graphic design or something like that, or even if you just have an eye for design, it will be helpful, but you can still create books with no experience at all. I know lots of people who had never designed anything at all before and started creating books, and while they may not have been great at the first few that they made, they kept practicing and they kept learning, and they just got better and better the more books that they made. You can start off with the more simple kind of books, like notebooks and journals, just to get practice, and then you can move on to making more complex books the more experienced that you get at it. Or there is even the option to buy the interiors for your books already made, or have somebody make them for you if you don't feel comfortable making them yourself. Now, in terms of the actual publishing of the books, you don't need any experience or technical knowledge here either. The KDP platform is very straightforward, and all you need at the end of the day is 2 files to be able to publish your books. One file will be the interior file of the book, and the other file will be the cover file for the book. And these are simply something like a Word document or a PDF file, which you can make from any graphic design program or any word processing program out there, or even on Canva. Next up, I get a lot of people asking me how I print my books, who prints my books, and how much does it cost? The KDP platform runs on a print-on-demand drop ship basis. What this means is that firstly, as a print-on-demand supplier, they only print a book once a copy has been sold. Yes, that's right. They will print just 1 copy of your book at a time whenever the customer buys it. Secondly, they work on a dropship basis, which means, as I just mentioned, they only print your book once it's been bought, but then they package it out and they ship it to the customer for you. So you do not have to do anything like buying bulk inventory upfront. You don't have to have packaging or shipping supplies, and you don't have to spend any time posting your books out to customers. And this is one of the main things that I do love about publishing books on Amazon, because you can just focus on creating the books and marketing them, which are the things that actually make the money. And you're not having to really spend any time on the admin side of things, like shipping products, which can take up a huge amount of time. Another common query that I see is how much does it cost to start publishing books? Now, this one can all depend on you and what you want to achieve, the kinds of books that you want to make, etc. First of all, to publish on the KDP platform itself is free. You do not have to pay any money to set up a KDP account. You don't need to be a business or have a company set up or anything like that. You can start a KDP account just under your own personal name and start publishing books right away. But if you do want to buy certain things to help you create and publish books, you may have some costs to start with, but you don't actually have to spend any money at all to start publishing books if you don't want to. In terms of low content books, you can start totally for free if you just start creating the books yourself in Canva or in whatever word processing or graphic design software that you like to use. You can then publish them, which is totally free, and you can market the books for free using things like social media or by building up an email list. If you do want to make more complex books, like coloring books or puzzle books, for example, then you may want to invest in something like some puzzle making software or in purchasing coloring images to put into your book. If you'd prefer not to make the interiors of the books yourself, then you can purchase the interiors already made, ready to upload to Amazon, or hiring someone, which will obviously have some costs involved to do. Or maybe you do want to make the interiors yourself, but you aren't so confident with the cover design and don't want to do that part of it yourself. So you might want to invest in having somebody else make the covers for you. Now, if you're interested in high content books, well, if you're writing the book yourself, then this will just cost you in time while you're writing the book. But of course, if you are not writing it, you will need to invest in hiring a ghostwriter to write the book for you, which cost-wise is actually probably cheaper than what you think it is, but it is still going to be a substantial investment. So you just want to make sure that you have done your proper research to decide if you think the book will actually sell or not. before investing in a ghostwriter. When it comes to marketing your books, you might want to advertise it using Amazon ads or maybe even Facebook ads, which again, you'll need to invest some money into. Or you may even want to hire someone to totally look after and run your social media marketing. So it's actually kind of hard to answer the question of how much does it cost to start this kind of business, because it can range from $0 into thousands of dollars. I will say though that if you are new, it is better to start small and do it all yourself if you can in the beginning, so that you can really learn the ins and outs of the entire business, from making the books, publishing the books, to marketing them, or at least to spend minimal money in getting started, particularly if you are going to be making low content books. And by minimal, I'm talking less than $100 if you can, because you can get interiors and graphics for interiors fairly cheaply at lots of different places. So I hope that helps answer some of the common things that you might have been wondering about self-publishing books on Amazon KDP. It really is a fun business to do that has a low barrier to entry. So pretty much anyone can do it if they're willing to learn. And if you love books yourself, you'll really enjoy the process of seeing your book become available for sale on a massive online store like Amazon. If you have made it this far through the video, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.